My dearest beloved friends, greetings. We are going to take a break in our monthly English broadcasts until the 16th of August. Today we'll share with you a glimpse of the third ring magic power of manifestation. But to fully transition to this level takes much more than just learning some method or technique. We are going to partially discuss it today, but it will definitely continue in August. And if you decide that it's too much for you, no problem at all. The second ring of magic is the first level of the high magic of the infinite, and it's still more comfortable place for the most of us. But sooner or later, you will start asking yourself question, what's next? And you'll be ready to transition, especially with your advanced second ring manifestation skills. As you see, it's not a wasted time. You keep developing skills that have to be working literally on autopilot, third ring level. And this can be achieved with long-term drills and repetitions, which the second level provides for you in abundance. That's for sure. And if you're still here watching those videos, it means that you really aspire to master the art of manifestation. You want to have a life of your dreams, and this is great. This is the main purpose of all of our videos here. For you to have a life of your dreams. For you to be the master creator of your own life. And the only way to have a life of your dreams is to manifest it. No one can give it to you. There's no such thing as mercy and grace of some higher powers that want to manifest your dreams for no reason and not taking something away from us in return. Your dreams are your dreams. And no one up there really cares about you, in spite of some religious fairy tales and fantasies of man. We don't just hope for the best, we create our best. And we experience what we create. Hope is simply a knowledge based on the fact that all our conscious, intentional, final decisions will be manifested. This is a law of nature that can be revoked. But before we delve deeper into that, I want to answer some of the questions that I received from our North American Light family recently and share some important updates about Russian's office, Almin's Russian office, and Team Almin Russia International. But first of all, in spite of all false reports that unfortunately still circulate within our Light family, the doors of Almin's Russian office still remain open. It was falsely reported that supposedly there were some complaints from the Russian tax office about my directorship and legitimacy of our operations. This is not true. We are still in a good standing with the Russian government and the Russian tax office. And we keep up operations going as it has always been since 2012, since the time this organization was founded by its founder, Almin. We still remain the only organization in the world that's owned by Almin and operated by her Russia-based management team. If you have any questions or if you want to verify some questionable information about Almin's Russian office, we recommend you to contact us directly. We always post our contact information in the description section of our videos. Other sources of information about us, unfortunately, distribute information that's not always correct. So it's better to check with the source. We gave more detailed explanations about modern technical capacities of artificial intelligence. Everything can be simulated. I will not repeat it here. It's in our video's message from Sergey and my video reply to Almin. Now questions and answers. We were asked why we use Almin's name, and it was stated by someone even in the imperative tone that we must stop referring to Almin and to use her name in general. First of all, it is expected from us because we are Almin's organization and we are her management team. If Almin wanted to shut down her office in Russia, she could have done it within a couple of weeks, but it never happened. In spite of the efforts of all kinds of third parties to close it down, it seems like Almin prefers to keep her organization open. although she can always change her mind. It's her private property, her organization, and as the owner of it, she can do whatever she wants to do with it. To close it down, to reopen it again, to create new organization with new management team. Like, for example, if you own a car, it's your car, and you can drive it or not drive it, or sell it or give it away. Clear enough. And if supposedly Almin will ever choose to close it down, it will not change our history. We still remain Almin students, operating according to Almin's business plan for prosperity. We studied with her for almost 20 years, and we can't live in denial, as if it never happened. All information and experience that we gained during those 20 years is a result of Almin's direct influence and participation in our lives. And it's also even illegal to claim Almin's information as our own. And if you hear from me some information that you can't find in the books and courses, it's not the reason to jump into quick conclusion that it's not Almin's information. During the years of 2012, 2013, 2014, 99% of information that Almin taught me personally and demonstrated to me as my role model, personal example, is not contained in published books and also online courses. And I mostly share with you this part of Almin's work because I would rather share with you those parts that I was able to integrate to some degree and to test by my personal experience millions of times and to prove by my life that it works. Because I can share with you only what I know by experience. Only then this sharing has power to change someone's life. Because we need not only teachers, we also need role models. We received a comment from someone from the Russian life family that we have a lot of information at our disposal during the last 15 years, but we never had a chance to see how it works, especially in the practical life. With the exception of a few tools, Balvaspata, Kivesta, Yogas, and partially the runes. But most of the information, even though it's published and available and we have it, still remains a mystery, especially on the practical level. And it was clearly expressed that now we desperately need some role models that demonstrate how it works in our practical daily lives by their own examples. How we can use it to create life of our dreams, to manifest our chosen reality. For example, how to heal ourselves completely, how to handle difficult people at work, how to get out of debt, how not to get ourselves into new debts, how to make wise financial decisions, and the like. As Almin often says, that spirituality that doesn't grow corn is not true spirituality. We live our daily lives. Many of us have families, properties, businesses, jobs, and we claim to be high-level masters, magicians, original ones. Who else? And we find ourselves sometimes unable to handle even the simplest life challenges. What kind of supposedly mastery is it? If some of us still say that they experience regular panic attacks, can't heal themselves from diseases, are afraid of public areas, can't handle their immediate environment, but they say that they study and practice something days and nights. I'm sure that there are many of us that are prepared to be our role models, and we want you to rise up and shine your light among us. We desperately need you. We need you. We need you, our dearest beloved role models. You have not only a safe space to express yourselves here, you're also greatly loved, respected, appreciated, and expected here. Please share with us how Almin's work changed your life and how you use Almin's information to handle your daily issues, to heal you, to help you rise up in abundance and success. Almin also encouraged us not to seek the truth, but to consciously create it. Please share with us the truth that you created. According to Almin, the truths and the methods that you created yourself are the most powerful ones, in accordance to her early inner technologies and mystery school healing techniques teachings at the end of 1990s. I just came across someone from our Russian language Almin network who developed the unique method of healing everyone within 2 minutes. I discovered it just a few hours ago. I still don't know all the details yet, but I got very interested. I'm going to speak with this person very soon. I really want to find out more about it, her methods, her success stories. And after everything is verified, I would be more than happy to introduce her to our Almin Global Network because I really, truly, sincerely want every one of us who still needs healing to be healed within 2 minutes. I'm listening to Almin's workshops from the years 1997, 1998, the beginning of 2000s, and I hear that during her workshops, Almin cooperated with masters and healers from many different traditions, and great power was manifested during those recorded meetings. And participation of those different kind of masters is also recorded there. If something is really working and bringing tangible results, it's more than welcome in our midst. We also have a group, the entire network within our network, that works only with Almin's teachings and tools. It's strictly only Almin and Almin only. Teachings, practices, tools, ceremonies originated only by Almin. And many of us resonate with this particular study group, which is actually currently fastest growing. It's Almin International Learning Center, located in the city of Donetsk, Russia-Ukraine combat zone, that currently owns and moderates Almin International Telegram group. It's mostly Russian speaking, but now it's possible to automatically translate the posts into English there. And we also have some of our English speaking Light family actively participating there. By the way, our main English Almin online Telegram group is now also owned and moderated by Almin International Learning Center in Donetsk. Juliana speaks English and she's a moderator there. But our larger network also welcomes new authors, new teachers, new healers with their original methods. For example, we have a master from Russia, Caucasus Mountains, that developed her original method of spiritual surgeries without a knife. I'm currently investigating her success stories, and at some point, I'll be more than happy to introduce her to our larger network with hope that this method will serve effective healing for those of us who may be possibly helped by it. Methods may be different. We live in the reality of oneness manifested in diversity. The most important for us is to see you well and to see you thriving. And as we know, we keep evolving, and it's absolutely natural for us to expect the emergence of more advanced technologies, not only in the area of science, but also in the area of spirituality and metaphysics, of course. The only criterion or yardstick here is whether something works or not. And for this purpose, we just created a very special Telegram group. It is not Team Almin International Group or Almin's Russian office team group. It's people's group, your platform to share your life, your gifts, your experiences. If you have some positive experiences with Almin's tools, or if you created your own tools and methods that really work, and you have success stories with us to share, you are more than welcome to post here everything you have something to share that may enrich and uplift our lives. This is the group for our role models to rise up and shine. We promise you that we as Almin's Russian office will never govern, control, or dominate here. It's even not our style. If we ever post something here, it will be more exception than the rule. It's created for you to shine your light, to bless and to uplift your fellow travelers on the path of your self-advancement. It's a place to agree and disagree. Peaceful disagreements are no problem at all. Both agreements and disagreements have equal value. Only one request, please, no aggression here. I reserve the right of a moderator to delete and permanently block aggressors without warning. You are more than welcome to express your disagreements, but please restrain yourself from aggression. It's the open group. The link will be posted in the description to this video and to our newsletter recipients by email. You are more than welcome to join, to share your gifts, your insights, your experience, whatever your heart wants to share. Here you can post the links to your websites or social networks and to offer your services for free or for purchase at your discretion. We didn't create this group for our personal financial purposes, and there is no competition here. It's for free sharing, information exchange, mutual enrichment, mutual upliftment. No discrimination here. People from all walks of life are more than welcome here, regardless of their religious beliefs, personal beliefs, whatever beliefs. Another question that we received, is it true that Almin's Russian office works for the Russian government as the intelligence agents or agents of influence? Some of our Light family are exceptionally creative in developing more advanced levels of misinformation. First, all allegations and accusations must be documented, proved by some sort of evidence. Team Almin Russia already went through so many roles, starting with conmen, then the saints of the Russian Orthodox Church. Then suddenly we changed into the drug dealers, then into the Russian intelligence agents. And whom will we become next? But we don't really care because we don't play those games. But there is a question, and people have a right to be answered. Our official statement of Almin's Russian office is the following. We are not a part of any political party or political movement. We are not a part of any religion. We don't work and will never work for the Russian government or any other governments of the world. Although we respect the laws of the countries in which we work and the governments of those countries, our life mission doesn't include working relationships with the governments. I mentioned in one of my videos that I really do have personal friends from the Russian government that highly respect Almin and her work and volunteer their assistance to us in the area of cybersecurity of Almin's Russian online resources. But I never stated that we as Almin's Russian team work for the government. We don't discriminate people basing on their religious beliefs, personal beliefs, their level of involvement with the governments and the politics, whether they're politicians, religious leaders, military personnel. They're, first of all, people. People that have families, daily issues similar to everyone else, and they made conscious choices to trust us, trust our information, our assistance that can potentially change, heal, and uplift their lives and the lives of their loved ones. And we may accidentally find that some of them work for the government, but we never ask anyone those kinds of questions. If someone contacts us with a question, we answer their question according to the question, to the nature of the question. If someone asks for assistance, we provide the only assistance that they ask for, with no questions asked about their personal life, professional life, unless they want to share about it first, if it's relevant to the issues that they want to resolve. We don't have to know who works where and who works for whom. We have all necessary information and resources to assist anyone, literally anyone, from all walks of life. Presidents and prime ministers of the countries, businessmen, farmers, factory workers. They're all equally precious souls that can be helped, empowered, and uplifted. And even if hypothetically we, Almin's Russian team, may be offered a job for the governments or intelligence agencies, we'll decline those kinds of offers. Because we must stay true to our life mission. Although we highly respect the governments and all their structures, including intelligence or national security agencies, they all do their jobs in according to their life missions. They have their missions, we have ours. And surely it will be more useful for the governments and the like if we assist them in accordance with our mission than if we will try to be them, or vice versa, they will try to be us. Both of these options wouldn't make any sense. Everyone has to be themselves. And to be open for communication and friendship with others with no discrimination involved. I think now this is clear enough. Also, I think, in my humble opinion, we need to stop playing those games, creating all kinds of dark myths around Almin's Russian office. Currently, the most productive solution would be for me to have personal face-to-face meeting with Almin or her authorized family members, if it's still needed, to discuss the future of Almin's work in Russia and Almin's Russian organization, Mudrost Almin LLC, in light of the fact of the advanced capacities of the artificial intelligence to simulate everything, someone's voice during the phone conversations, even to show someone on the video as if it's a real person, especially if those very advanced tools are in the hands of the people with questionable motives and intents. Like, someone is just very angry with Sergei and Jill and wants to have them destroyed at all costs. First of all, we aspire to be the highest level masters. And all masters know that no strategic decisions can be based on emotions and personal likes and dislikes. Almin often reminded us that emotions block clarity of perception. And we have to use sobriety to consciously create within ourselves emotionless, emotion-free state of being, to be able to see clearly. If supposedly there is still an issue that needs to be resolved between Almin and myself, in light of recent informational attacks on Almin's private property in Russia, her own organization, Mudrost Almin LLC, the only solution would be my face-to-face meeting either with Almin personally or with her authorized and responsible immediate family member, who is legally authorized by the power of attorney to manage Almin's private property and to be a responsible decision maker on her behalf. Almin founded her company in Russia as the private individual, not as a legal entity. So it's her personal and family project. No third parties, especially legal entities, can be involved here. I personally don't need this meeting because I don't have any questions to Almin at this time. If Almin still has questions to me or wants to initiate some organizational changes in Russia, I'll be more than happy to cooperate with her personally or with her family member who is officially authorized to manage Almin's personal affairs. Or we just leave everything as it is. And I'm absolutely okay with leaving everything as it is. If for some reason we can't leave everything as it is, then I'm prepared to travel to any part of the world to have this meeting. There are only two shareholders in the Moodrest Almin LLC, Almin and myself, and no other third parties can be involved here. And may I say something from the depth of my heart? I would wholeheartedly recommend all third parties that work with Almin's information and tools just to stay with their life mission and not to fight their colleagues. We are not their enemies, and we don't have any ill intents against any of them. We all do the same work, although we are different organizations with different styles of operation, but spiritually, we're all parts of the same network. And if we don't work together organizationally, or if we disagree on something, it doesn't mean that we are competitors, let alone the enemies. In our Russian speaking network, we don't have only one leader of the work. We don't build, and we will never build, a pyramid styled structure. The times of kings, queens, pharaohs, and aristocracy are gone forever. True spiritual leadership is earned by intense self work and not inherited or purchased like a nobility title. And we have really true gems among us, true masters and leaders that earn this level by being faithful to the work for more than 10 or 15 years. Some of them over 10 years under bombings and missile explosions, staying faithful and consistent in their uninterrupted, intense, hardcore self work. And we honor and respect them with our whole hearts. Everyone in the network can potentially reach this level, and the fruits of their labor speak louder than fancy, new agey names and titles that some people use as their fig leaves to cover their spiritual nakedness. So now it's clear enough that we are definitely oriented towards plurality of leadership in our network. There may be hundreds or thousands of leaders, experts, practitioners, counselors, life coaches, healers, teachers, facilitators, and the like. There is no such thing as submission or obedience of everyone to the same doctrines. We are not a tribe. We are not a sect. We are not a personality cult. We are not a religion. We are not expected to think the same thoughts and believe in the same things as a group. There's only one Almin. Almin is the one, and we are the many. Plurality of leadership, free exchange of information, free exchange of resources. So you are more than welcome to join this new Telegram group, Almin Global Network, and to shine your light. Tell us about your work. Post the links to your websites, social networks. Like we already have someone who heals within 2 minutes, and perhaps you can teach us how to heal within a few seconds. Or maybe you have some other advanced ideas, insights, or spiritual gifts to share with us, to offer us a workshop or private consultation. This is a place for you. And also it's a place for those who may need your information or assistance. So basically it's a place for everyone without exception who wants to empower and uplift themselves and others. The group is bilingual. We also invite our Russian-speaking light family to participate. It's Almin Global Network, t.me/Almin Global, in one word, Almin Global. And it's Almin. We don't have even a slight intention to deny or renounce Almin. How can we deny our master teacher and 20 years of our life and our history? If someone disagrees with that, it's no problem at all. We are not expected to agree on everything. And on that note, we are going to learn the essence of the third ring magic power of manifestation. Just a glimpse for now, but really, it's more than enough for our summer homework. There's only one essential principle. And if you can grasp it now and practice it during the summer, it will save your time and efforts. You will not need the infinite number of so-called manifestation techniques because your manifestations will become literally instant if you start living this kind of lifestyle. The third ring of magic is not a set of tools and techniques, it's a lifestyle. You live at the peak of your power 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Here's the principle. Imagine a computer. And you work on your computer, and your computer is somehow terribly slow. You try to open or to manifest something on the screen of your computer, and you have to wait for ages until it finally opens your desired software or website, your desired manifestation. Let's compare it with a slow mode type manifestation, the average manifestation skills of the average light worker. You're waiting and waiting and waiting. You intended to live a healthy and abundant life, but you still don't see it manifested. Maybe you begin to notice some insignificant positive changes in this direction, but it's all too slow, terribly slow. Why? Because there are so many apps, so many websites, and all kinds of software that are in the active mode of operation in your computer, but you really don't need 99% of all of them. You just either forgot turning them off or you intentionally keep them just in case. Like people keep all kinds of clutter in their houses, piles of things that they didn't use for ages and they still don't intend to use them right away, but they're not quite ready to throw them away. What if they may be needed? They don't know why and what for, but they keep them anyway, just in case. And those people often complain how it affects their thinking and household activities. Even the simple tasks felt like unbearable because of all of this clutter. They feel like they always fight with some invisible resistance when they try to do something productive. On the contrary, people who keep only things that they actively use always feel fresh and highly energetic, and they easily handle the most complex tasks. This is how clutter affects the speed of our productivity. Piles of unnecessary things in our homes, houses, apartments, flats, computer clutter, piles of unnecessary files, software and apps, mental clutter, emotional clutter, codependent relationships clutter. If you want to use me as your role model, this is okay. If you don't, this is also okay. I don't read books. I don't read newspapers. I don't read magazines. I don't use internet for recreational or pseudo-educational purposes. The only exception is if I need it for my job-related tasks. I know what kind of information I need for my current assignment. I know where to find it, and I get it. That's it. I check my emails and messengers only 2 times a week, Thursdays and Sundays. Considering my multitasked lifestyle, I must have my life extremely rigorously scheduled. Otherwise, it's very easy to slide down into chaos and to start accumulating all kinds of clutter and to become a trash can instead of a source of the pure, undiluted highest truth. If you need my assistance, then I would rather have you wait for me for months or so, and I will get you helped within a few seconds, instead of you getting me trying to help you when I'm in the midst of the chaotic energy wasting mode. and I will talk with you for hours and hours to no avail, only wasting your precious time and energy. Or there's better solution. Those videos on almine.studio channel are meant to give you all kinds of tips and hints and life hacks for you to be able to help yourself. We don't want to cultivate dependence or codependence relationships here. Your being is your sustenance. We help you to help yourself. Just don't be lazy. Also, I'm not interested in any kind of entertainment. For me, it's a waste of time and energy and money, especially if I need to travel somewhere far away to some entertainment event to pay for admission tickets. Such a waste of time, a waste of life. And most importantly, I don't want any external source of influence to interfere with my mind, my consciousness, and my personal power. My life is a life of an independent thinker and creator. I don't need anyone else to think for me and to create my happiness or to create me according to their image and likeness. I remember the feeling when I watched my last movie. It was a very long time ago, as if I was spiritually, mentally, and physically raped. I don't want to experience that anymore. That's why I don't watch movies. I don't watch YouTube clips, Netflixes, and things like that. So I consciously and intentionally deactivated all unnecessary apps, software, and clutters in my life. And guess what happens with your computer after you delete it? All unnecessary apps, softwares, and files, and other trash. And now you find that it works with the speed of light. That's why whenever I need to manifest something for myself, it's instant or almost instant because my mind is not occupied by anything else except my current goals, plans, purposes, and pursuits. And my lifestyle is an ongoing creative flow, rigorously scheduled. I'm always busy with something productive. Also, I'm not participating in codependent or dependent relationships with anyone, only in the creative spark alchemical communications with no strings attached. I explained it in my previous video 2 weeks ago. Dependent and codependent relationships are enormous waste of energy, time, and resources. Also, I consciously make myself emotionless. I don't need strong feelings or emotions, both positive and negative. They exhaust our brain, our cardiovascular and nervous systems, and other systems of our bodies and make us sick. Only calm, relaxed state of deep inner peace is my perpetual state of being. We all notice when we make ourselves calm down in stressful situations, we regain our ability to think clearly and we easily find our answers and resolutions. Emotionalism clouds our inner vision and blocks our progress. So, my dearest beloved ones, now you know how to create instant manifestations. For example, if your goal is to get completely healed, to completely restore your health, then you keep yourself busy with only your goal. No time for distractions, for entertainment, books, or anything else unrelated to your goal. By all means, get information and people in your life that are directly related to reaching your goal. Focus on the end result. Start intentionally feeling yourself and your life in general from the state of the end result. As someone who is already completely healthy, as Almin teaches, act as if you already are what you want to be. More detailed information about this technique is in our video, The Power of Hope. But it works effectively and efficiently only if you deleted all unnecessary clutters in your life. Now you healed yourself. You're completely healthy. What's next? What's your next goal? Living in financial abundance, focus on yourself within the reality of your desired end result. Live and act from the state of a millionaire or a billionaire. Walk like a billionaire. Talk like a millionaire. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You will naturally find the increase of finances in your life when you no longer use Netflix or other entertainment for purchase, computer games, things like that. Of course, you don't use alcohol. Of course, you don't use recreational drugs. All of those things are so much money wasting. Personally, I don't use alcohol, let alone recreational drugs. I don't smoke and things like that. You don't need that because you're free from emotional clutter. You're not dependent on emotions. You don't need good feelings. You need goals and strategies to accomplish your goals. Your lifestyle is goals, strategies, accomplishments. New goals, new strategies, new accomplishments. With such a lifestyle, you don't need to try to be a super mystic to achieve financial success. Success is a lifestyle and not just a few manifestation techniques a year. Change your lifestyle and you will change your life. If you grasp this only one principle and be busy with only your goals, only your plans, purposes, and pursuits, and delete everything else, you'll become a miracle man, miracle lady. You will not need fancy manifestation techniques. It's just enough to slightly think about something in such a state of being and with such a lifestyle, and you will get it now. But if you really want to manifest something, it has to be your conscious, intentional, final decision. For example, if you want to be healthy, it's your final decision, not just abstract intent. Well, I had this intent for so many years, and I'm still not there yet. It's not manifestation. You manifest nothing by just wish. It's your conscious, intentional, final decision. I have decided to be completely well or financially abundant. And you set the deadline. You set your deadline, and not some abstract universe does it for you. This is how manifestation works. There was a guy in Russia who spent some time with some guru in India, and he had to meditate 24 hours a day for many months in order to be initiated into what his guru called the most highest truth. The truth of all truths. But you must deserve it by many months of meditation in order to be initiated into it. And when the time of initiation came, the guru said, now you are ready to receive the most highest truth. Highest of the highest truth is the following. You don't exist and nothing exists. And now he's in Russia, in his town, walking down the street, and someone asked him, hey, who are you? What do you do for a living? And he says, I don't exist and nothing exists. Oh, strange guy, but looks like he is nice. And he says, do you want to wash my car? I'll pay you. And the guy says, oh, I don't resist life. The universe wants me to wash this car. And he washed his car and got paid for it. All the universe provided for me. And then he said, listen, do you want to clean the windows in my house? I'll pay you. Oh, the universe gives me another job. And he got paid. Oh, The universe provided for me. Okay, listen, I actually look for a household and family assistant. You will have a place to live and food, no money. You don't need money. You see, it was decided for him instead of him what he needs and what he doesn't need. If you have a place to live and food, what else do you need? You don't need any money. Oh, such a generous universe. Now it provided me with the food and the roof over my head. Who is that mysterious universe? This guy with a car and a house, this rich Russian who knows what he wants and gets it. He wanted to get his car washed, his windows cleaned, and he got it. He wanted a household assistant just for logic and food. He got it. So, who is the true master here? The rich Russian, of course. A master creates life of his dreams and manifests what he wants. Who is that supposedly enlightened guy from the ashram? Nobody and nothing, according to his own self-definition. No wonder he gets nothing for himself and gives everything to his master, the rich Russian. If you have decided where to go and what to get, you get exactly that. If you haven't, then there will always be someone else who will decide it for you, and you'll be just a useful biological material. I will not go into the details, but just briefly, those ashrams and gurus are tasked to produce useful biological materials. Who gave them that task? Let me not continue in this direction this time. So, two main components of the third ring magic power of instant manifestation: your firm, conscious, final decision to get it with a deadline attached. And the next one, very important, elimination of all distractions. Now you're busy with only your manifestation and your manifestation only, day and night, with all your mind and all your strength, and you will get it. But it takes total dedication to the final goal of your manifestation. Now, the last thing. I still keep hearing from our light family that some of us, in light of recent informational attacks against our Russian office, still ask themselves a question: which side to choose? The American office or the Russian office, things like that. I am ready to give you the correct answer. Choose yourself, your side. Make sure that you're on your own side. Because, my dearest ones, it's all about you and you only and only you. We are just your resources. We are just your information providers. Take whatever you need, use it for your own success, abundance, health, mastery, and greatness, and then forget about us completely. Talk to you in August. Much love to you always.